Now we continue exercise 9.3 and question number 26. Last question we did. Let us see question number 27. Question number 27. This is the important question. Find the value of n. Find the value of n. So that find the value of n so that a raised to the power n plus 1. A raised to the power n plus 1 plus b raised to the power n plus 1 upon a raised to the power n plus b raised to the power n may be geometric mean between a and b. May be geometric mean between a and b. Means we have given that this expression is the geometric mean between two numbers a and b, and we have to calculate the value of n. So according to question, a raised to the power n plus 1 plus b raised to the power n plus 1 upon a raised to the power n plus b raised to the power n is the geometric mean between a and b. And geometric mean between a and b, geometric mean between two numbers is given by under root of ab. Geometric mean between two numbers a and b is given by under root ab, and under root ab is written as ab whole raised to the power 1 by 2. And in terms, it can be written as a raised to the power 1 by 2 into b raised to the power 1 by 2. Now we do cross multiplication. If there is nothing in the denominator, there is 1. So we do cross multiplication. So a raised to the power n plus 1 multiplied by 1, we get a raised to the power n plus 1. B raised to the power n plus 1 multiplied by 1, we get b raised to the power n plus 1 equals to a raised to the power n into a raised to the power 1 by 2 into b raised to the power 1 by 2 plus b raised to the power n into a raised to the power 1 by 2 into b raised to the power 1 by 2. A raised to the power n plus 1 is written as a raised to the power n into a. This is written as b raised to the power n into b equals to a raised to the power n into a raised to the power 1 by 2 into b raised to the power 1 by 2 plus b raised to the power n, a raised to the power 1 by 2 and again b raised to the power 1 by 2. Now a raised to the power n into a as it is, and this term will go on left side, the term containing a raised to the power n. So minus a raised to the power n into a raised to the power 1 by 2 into b raised to the power 1 by 2 equals to b raised to the power n into a raised to the power 1 by 2, b raised to the power 1 by 2, and this term will go on right side. So minus e raised to the power n into b. Now from these two terms, we take common a raised to the power n into a. So from a raised to the power n into a, when we take common, we get here 1. And here a raised to the power n already we have taken common. and a also we have taken common, so the term a raised to the power 1 by 2, b raised to the power 1 by 2 divided by a. Because a we have taken common from this, so we divide by a. A raised to the power n comes outside. Equals to, from these two terms we take common as b raised to the power n into b. So this comes a raised to the power 1 by 2 into b raised to the power 1 by 2 divided by b and minus 1. Now a raised to the power n into a. 1 minus a raised to the power 1 by 2 comes at the place of denominator. So power gets subtracted. A raised to the power 1 minus 1 by 2. We get 1 by 2. So it comes b raised to the power 1 by 2 upon a raised to the power 1 by 2 equals to b raised to the power n into b. This b raised to the power 1 by 2 comes at the denominator place. Powers be subtracted and it remains a raised to the power 1 by 2 upon b raised to the power 1 by 2 minus 1. Now we take LCM. So a raised to the power n into a and LCM a raised to the power 1 by 2 multiplied by 1, it gives a raised to the power 1 by 2 minus b raised to the power 1 by 2 upon a raised to the power 1 by 2 equals to b raised to the power n into b. Again LCM we taken b raised to the power 1 by 2 and we get a raised to the power 1 by 2 minus b raised to the power 1 by 2. So this term gets cancelled and it remains a raised to the power n into a upon a raised to the power 1 by 2 equals to b raised to the power n into b upon b raised to the power 1 by 2. So it gives a raised to the power n into a raised to the power 1 and a raised to the power 1 by 2. This power would go at the place of numerator. Power gets subtracted and 1 minus 1 by 2 we get 1 by 2 equals to b raised to the power n, b raised to the power 1 and b raised to the power 1 by 2. It goes at the place of numerator. It also becomes 1 by 2. Then a raised to the power n upon b raised to the power n equals to b raised to the power 1 by 2 upon a raised to the power 1. When we change the places of numerator and denominator, the sign of the power gets changed. Means this term also can be written as a raised to the power minus 1 by 2 upon b raised to the power minus 1 by 2. And this, both the terms would be written in a single power n. ab raised to the power n equals to a by b raised to the power minus 1 by 2. From both sides a by b gets cancelled and the value of n comes to be minus 1 by 2. So the result is the value of n is minus 1 by 2. Question number 28. Question number 28. The sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. the sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. The sum of two numbers is 6 times their geometric mean. Show that the numbers are in the ratio. Show that the numbers are in the ratio three plus 2 root 2, ratio 3 minus 2 root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, ratio 3 minus 2 root 2. This is also important question. We have given that the sum of two numbers. So let two numbers be. Let two numbers be A and B. We have supposed the two numbers A and B. Then it is given that sum of two numbers means A plus B is equals to 6 times their geometric mean. Geometric mean of two numbers A and B is given by under root of AB. Now this can be written as A plus B equals to A plus B equals to 3 into 2 root AB. 6 root AB can be written as 3 into 2 root AB. Now we can write in this way A plus B upon 2 root AB is equals to 3 upon 1. Now we apply a concept of componendo and dividendo. This is the concept of ratio and proportion. That if A by B equals to C by D, then we can write A plus B upon A minus B equals to C plus D upon C minus D. Once denominator is added and once denominator is subtracted. So we use this formula, and that is called, the concept is called componendo and dividendo. So A plus B upon 2 root AB. So it becomes A plus B plus 2 root AB once we have added the denominator. Now we subtract the denominator. So A plus B minus 2 root AB. And same thing we'll do on the right side. So 3 plus 1 upon 3 minus 1. Here we write apply C and D means componendo and dividendo. Now this expression can be written as under root of A plus under root of B, the whole square. When we expand, we get the same result on the formula A plus B, the whole square. And this denominator can be written as root A minus root B, the whole square. And 3 plus 1 4, 3 minus 1 2, it gets 2 by 1. Now put a square root both sides. Put a square root both the sides. So we get, when we put a square root on the LHS, the square root and the square gets cancelled, and it remains under root of A plus under root of B upon under root of A minus root B. and both sides we have to make the square root. So our RHS becomes root 2 upon 1. Now again apply componendo and dividend. Same concept again use. So under root A plus under root B plus root A minus root B upon under root A plus under root B and minus root A and minus plus root B equals to under root 2 plus 1 upon under root 2 minus 1. Minus root B plus root B cancel plus root A minus root A cancel. And root A plus root A, we get 2 root A. In denominator, we get 2 root B equals to root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 minus 1. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. Now squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. So left side it becomes a square and a square root gets cancelled. It becomes A by B. And on the right side it comes root 2 plus 1 the whole square upon root 2 minus 1 the whole square. When we expand, it gives root 2 the whole square, A square plus B square plus 2 into A into B. And this we expanded on the formula A minus B the whole square. Root 2 the whole square plus 1 the whole square minus 2 into root 2 into 1. So here we get A by B, root 2 the whole square 2, 1 the whole square 1 plus 2 root 2 upon 2 plus 1 minus 2 root 2. And A by B equals to 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2 root 2 and 2 plus 1, 3 minus 2 root 2. So we get the ratio of two numbers. A by B is equals to 3 plus 2 root 2 upon 3 minus 2 root 2. Question number 29. A and G be the AM and GM between two positive numbers. A and G be the AM and GM. A is the AM. AM means arithmetic mean, and G is the GM. GM means geometric means. So A and G be the AM and GM between two positive numbers. Between two positive numbers. A and G be the AM and GM between two positive numbers. Prove that the numbers are A plus minus. The numbers are A plus minus under root of A plus G into A minus. Prove that the numbers are a plus minus under root a plus g, a minus g. Means one number is a plus root a plus g, a minus g, and the another number is a minus under root of a minus g. So let two numbers be a and b. Let two numbers be a and b. So a is the arithmetic mean, means a equals to a plus b by 2, first number equation, and g is the geometric mean, means g equals to under root of ab and g square equals to ab. This is the second number equation. Now we find a square minus g square, the value of a square minus g square. So a square means a plus b by 2 the whole square, and g square means ab. So we get a plus b the whole square upon 4 minus a, and a square minus g square equals to a plus b the whole square minus 4ab upon 4. Then a square minus g square. When we expand, it becomes a square plus b square plus 2ab minus 4ab upon 4. And the value of a square minus g square equals to a square plus b square and plus 2ab minus 4ab. It becomes minus 2ab. Minus 2ab upon 4, and the value of a square minus b square is written as a minus b the whole square upon 4. The value of a square minus g square equals to a minus b the whole square upon 4, and a square root of a square minus g square is a minus b upon 2. The value of under root of a square minus g square equals to a minus b by 2. Name it third number equation. We get the value of under root of a square minus g square. Now arithmetic mean a was equals to a plus b by 2. From first, it was the first number equation. A equals to a plus b by 2. Then we find add third and first. Add first and third. So a plus under root of a square minus g square. The value of a is a plus b by 2 plus the value of root a square minus g square, a minus b by 2. By taking LCM, we get 2 a plus b plus a minus b plus b cancelled, a plus a 2a by 2, we get a. And a plus, this can be written as root over a plus g into a minus g equals to a. Now subtract third from first. Subtract third from first. So we get a minus under root of a square minus g square equals to the value of a is a plus b by 2 minus root a square minus g square is a minus b by 2, LCM 2, a plus b minus a plus b. A and a cancel, 2b by 2, we get 3. So the value of a minus under root of this can be written as again a plus g, a minus g, and this is equals to. So we proved that the two numbers are, means one number a is a plus under root of a plus g, a minus g, and another number b is a minus under root of a plus g into a minus g. Next, question number 30. The number of bacteria in a certain culture doubles every hour. The number of bacteria. The number of bacteria in a certain culture doubles every hour. If there were 30 bacteria present in the culture originally, so the number of bacteria doubles every hour, means the resulting sequence is in GP. Number of bacteria present in the culture form a GP. Number of bacteria present in culture form a GP because it doubles in every hour. And if there were 30 bacteria present in culture initially, means the first value, the first term A is 30 and R will become 2 because it doubles every hour. 30 means it's double 60 and 60 upon 30 we get common ratio 2. So we have to find the bacteria present after 2 hours. Bacteria present after 2 hours. The bacteria present after 2 hours. We use the formula A into R square. The value of A is 30, R is 2. So 30 into 4, 120. Then we have to calculate bacteria present after 4 hours. Bacteria present after 4 hours. After 4 hours. After 4 hours means we use the formula A into R raised to the power 4. So 30 into 2 raised to the power 4. 2 raised to the power 4, 16. 30 into 16. The number of bacteria after 4 hours will be 480. Then bacteria present after n hours. Then we have to find the bacteria present after n hours. Means A into R raised to the power n. So 30 into 2 raised to the power. So these are the three answers. Bacteria present after 2 hours, bacteria present after 4 hours, and bacteria present after n hours. Question number 31. What will rupees 500 accounts in 10 years after its deposit in a bank which pays annual interest of 10% compounded annually. So we use the formula for amount A equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 raised to the power T. The value of P is given 500. 1 plus rate of percent is given 10. So 10 upon 100 time is given 10. So 500 into 1 plus, this becomes 0.1 raised to the power 10. So 500 into 1.1 raised to the power 10. 500 into 1.1 raised to the power 10. This is the amount after 10 p.m. Now the last question of the exercise, question number 32. Question number 32. If Am and Gm of roots of a quadratic equation are 8 and 5. So Am roots of quadratic equation. Let alpha beta be the roots of quadratic equation. Alpha beta be the roots of quadratic equation. Then Am of alpha beta. Am of alpha and beta means alpha plus beta by 2 equals to 8. We have given the Am is 8 and Gm of alpha beta, geometric mean of alpha into beta means under root of alpha beta is given 5, and squaring both sides we get alpha into beta equals to 25. Then obtain the quadratic equation. So from first we get alpha plus beta equals to 16, and from second alpha into beta equals to 25. We have to form a quadratic equation. The quadratic equation is x square minus x, sum of roots plus product of roots equals to 0. X square minus the value of alpha plus beta is 16 and the value of alpha into beta is 0. So this is the quadratic equation.